So I'm not sure how important this is to everything, but I have a feeling it has some pertinence, I think. But maybe you guys can help me a little bit. Back when I was dating the pediatrician in Santa Cruz, we had she had told me some really interesting things. She told me this story. She had an issue where she had to deal with some personal issues. And she told me a story about people following her when she went to a bar to drink, or she went to a restaurant. People following her when she was drinking or something like that. Really strange story. I can't really say much more about that because I just told her, like, that sounds crazy. Why would anybody be following you while you're drinking? I don't know what her intention of telling me that all about was all about. It's kind of pretty strange. But she felt like she needed to tell me that upon a couple of other things that she had been dealing with. But we would get into these nasty fights. We got to wonder at this point now, that's back from 2011, 2012, I've got to wonder how strong my family influence was on this whole situation. I guess I should talk about this too. My mother came to visit me while I was dating Carmen, that's the pediatrician. And while she was here, her and Carmen, we went out to lunch out there at the harbor. And on the way back from lunch, my mother and Carmen started to go back and forth with this really, really strange dialogue. It was one of the strangest things I've ever experienced. Although, now that I think about it, this experience with Carmen, on top of the fact Sophie, my sister, and all these connections are starting to make more and more sense. But not always, when the fire occurred and everything else, I figured it was Carmen and the Santa Cruz hooligans. I never ever could have guessed just how deeply different this all was. How it isn't, or I guess it may have started with them, but how it evolved into something very different. But me and her, we would fight sometimes, pretty often actually. And we had gotten into a conversation about integrity. Or any argument that we had that was of any value to me had to do with having value in the relationship, or and then whatever her issues were, I can't be certain whether her and even Sophie had been inspired by my family to act in certain ways to try to get things out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to provoke a response. It's a very popular tactic used in all of these different things, provoking a response. But my curiosity is what it is. And well, anyway, so we're having this big old fight, and she takes it off to something and starts talking about transference. Like, I have no idea what it is she's talking about. I have a feeling it's associated with that meeting with my mom. I have a feeling that it's associated with the threats that she made to me, at me, towards me, however you want to say it. And, I can't be certain. But what is transference? What is she talking about? What does that have to do with an argument about integrity? What does that have to do with exactly how deep Carmen went into this whole situation to commit herself in such a deep manner. I mean, the alteration of my medical records and everything else. I mean, this is the woman who... This is the woman who I explained to her my condition with my... Well, she knew about my condition, about my radiculopathy and all that. I showed her brother the films. And her brother said that I shouldn't be able to surf or do anything. Well, whatever. From what he saw. Which is also very interesting in the mix of all of this. But, in the midst of this argument, and then telling me something about transference and all this other stuff, and I'm pretty sure I wanted to stay focused on the whole idea of the argument in the first place. But when things has unfolded the way they have, it seemed pretty interesting, this idea of transference and, well, you know, the biggest thing I'm counting on here is that everybody is so audacious and so self-absorbed in the whole situation that they believe that they actually believe that they're above the law. So I think that this transference thing is probably somewhat pivotal to all of this. So if anyone can help me in the comments, letting me know what they know about transference, if it's associated with targeted individuals, or is transference something a little bit different from all of that, similar but different, let's say, and is I think it might be a term used in intelligence communities, I think. But if anyone can help me, you know, Google doesn't work the way it used to. You put in transference, you end up going to a site trying to sell you iron-on t-shirt decals, you know what I mean? So I'd appreciate any assistance here. Thank you so much. I hope you all are having a nice evening, nice day, nice afternoon, a nice... just having a nice day. Thank you.